My name is Malawi. I'm a content specialist, creative director, and video editor. I've interned at one of the biggest advertising agencies in Africa, worked with Balkenberger as the creative director, where we've achieved over 600,000 followers across platforms, and I'm just a really cool guy. I think Malawian businesses don't understand the full value of marketing because for bigger businesses, it's very hard for them to measure ROI when it comes to their marketing efforts. They feel like it's more like marketing is something that you kind of just have to do because it is a business function and not something that you should be doing. But the simple rule of thumb with marketing is whoever spends the most makes the most. It's as simple as that. Whether it's paid ads, organic content, influencer marketing, whoever can put as much money as possible into it sees the most. So you may not be putting enough money in, or you just may not be doing it right. But marketing makes a real impact for a lot of businesses. That's why it is probably going to be the most in-demand skill in the next 2 or 3 years. So, yeah. You really need to have work that not only speaks for itself, but it's undeniable. You need to be able to show someone a portfolio and say, not only did I work on this, but it achieved this, and make sure they understand it's a direct relationship. Because if it's not direct, they'll just say, bro, you just showed me funny things here. So it's very important to make sure that your work speaks for itself in terms of quality. People want to know about how this leads to, success, ROIs, and the like. So with budgets, right? I feel like there's a quote for this. Anyone who knows me knows I like quotes. But essentially, a tool is only as useful as you are. So even if you have a small budget, it's about what you can do with that budget. I remember with the restaurant, we had a very small budget. What we could do is get at least one plate of food out every day. And then in order to find people to help us with certain things, we just say, have this food if you make this with us. And then that's how we eventually start building up our capacity. And once we start seeing that, oh, this is working, we're like, let's put in a little more money into it. So even with your own clients or with your own, if you're doing marketing, if you're a social media manager, showing them that what you're doing is working helps a lot in terms of them giving you backing and funding. But you have to just be as creative as possible with what little that you do have. And that's how you then eventually get trusted with more. And yeah, thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. Whatever you learn only works if you do.